One, two. Me from myself. I spent so living they say lifestyle is bad for the it's the all of this drinking and smoking is hopeless, but feel like it's all that
Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Everybody have a good Thanksgiving. I'll wait till a few people get in here.
No. You get ready for that. Get share screen. Now nobody watching. That's hippie grandma. She's on there.
Hey hippie grandma. How are you doing, honey?
Oh man, put that back in college. Whoa.
Well, hopefully people will get on here soon. If not, I'll talk to myself and people will watch this later. It's not a big deal. Well, I think a lot of it is too because I changed my time. Most of the time, people were used to me coming on at 8. I did a little bit earlier because I have something I have to do. Which I'm still going to do my typical hour or 45 minutes. But I have something I have to do around 8:15. So that's why I did it a little bit earlier tonight. Typically, it's around 8. So, but I hope everybody. Hi, Ghost Devil. It's morning time for you, but it's actually 7:22. I did a little bit earlier tonight. Like I said, normally do about 8 o'clock, but I did a little bit earlier tonight because I had something to do around 8:15 our time. What time is it actually for you, Ghost Devil? I know there's actually massive time difference. I think it's like 15 hours or 12 hours or something like that time difference from you us to y'all. or something like that, I think. Yeah, I got some people on here now. Felt like I was talking to myself. It's crazy. So it's a good morning, Digger Duck. I think so. It's like okay, so it's like 16 hours, 15, 16 hours, something like that, time difference. And so it's like it's Saturday here, so it's Sunday morning where you're at. I believe that's how it works. And then it's wintertime. I believe our friend said it's like wintertime here, fall wintertime, and it's spring/summertime where you're at. I believe that's how it works. So when we're sitting here having snow, you're sitting on the beaches. Lucky. Yeah, okay. All right, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. All right, so tonight, like I said, of course, we're going to be talking about PTSD. Hopefully, I just wanted to get the awareness out there, and then eventually we'll be talking about true crime and just like a little bit of mixture of things. But I just want to make sure that I'm trying to get the awareness out there because that's my main I guess you could say stream is about. Hi Corvette girl, how are you, honey? Hi babe. That's what my main focus is about. But we're eventually going to talk about other things, and then like I told Rebel, we're eventually going to pull some people upstream, but that will be kind of confusing. I'll have to get in the swing of it eventually. But right now, I'm trying to get in the swing of this because I've only had 3 lives, so I'm still getting used to it. So anyway, he has showed me how to share a screen, and hopefully y'all can see it. So let's see. Okay. Okay. I'm going to read it to y'all because I do not know if y'all can read it or not. I'm figuring it out. Okay. For some reason, I know y'all can probably see it, but it won't scroll. So I will read it to you. Anyway, it says VA mental health, which it is actually about veterans. Hi, Mama PI. How are you, darling? Anyway, it's about it talks a little bit about veterans because, like I said, it's I pulled it up off the VA mental health. I apologize website, but it is actually talking about all of them. And that's where actually I got the picture, the main picture from today. I just can't pull it down to show you guys. Anyway, it says understanding the difference between PTSD, anxiety, and other mental health disorders, which there's a bunch out there. And I wish I could scroll this down so y'all could read it with me. But anyway, I'm reading the same page, which y'all are kind of looking at. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still learning. Anyway, so just a second. It says understanding the difference between PTSD, anxiety, and mental health disorders. Oh, there we go. Sorry, guys. There's the picture that I got. I'm figuring this out 1 second at a time. PTSD versus other mental health disorders. This website is from PONTON. I don't really know what it is, but I guess it's a lawyer's website, because I guess it's something about I, maybe lawsuits or something like that. I don't know. But at first it talks about veterans, as y'all can see. But I will go over, because like I said, we might have some veterans in there, or veterans that are watching, and this might help them out a little bit. And they can go on the website, it might help them. But anyway, it says many veterans suffer from mental health disorders due to events they have witnessed or experienced while serving their country, which I appreciate their service if any of them are watching. And hopefully this will help you if you need any help. Many people automatically assume that if a person experiences a traumatic event and has a mental health condition because of that event, they must have PTSD. Many veterans specifically are surprised when they are not diagnosed with PTSD, but are diagnosed with a different mental health condition instead. There has come to be a certain acceptance surrounding the diagnosis of PTSD that is an acceptable mental health diagnosis for a veteran to have. Oftentimes, other diagnosed mental illnesses can be just valid and debilitating, and many times arise from the same events. So what is the difference between the conditions? It says, can you be diagnosed with PTSD and anxiety together? Well, before I go over this, I actually have both of them, and I'm sure several people have them. Honestly, I think they go hand in hand, because you suffer with a lot. There's a lot of things that go hand in hand with PTSD and anxiety. You just feel there's a lot of things that go hand in hand with anxiety. One of them being it's kind of like you feel overwhelmed, like you have a lot going on at once. Like it's kind of like you just feel like you have so much weighting down on you, if that makes sense. Like you kind of feel like constantly stressed out, like you don't know what to do, like you're pushing in 15 different directions, and like you just like you feel like something is heavy weighted on you, like we'll say an elephant, for example. Something real heavy is weighting on your chest, and you can't breathe, like you don't know what to do. So I mean, anxiety, there's a lot of, like, it's just PTSD, that's a part of it. So there's more to anxiety than that, but that's just some of it. Anyway, it says, can you be diagnosed with PTSD and anxiety together? And just like I said, yes. It says, while yes, that is a possibility, which, like I said, me personally, it's my opinion, I think it is hand in hand together. While yes, that is a possibility, sits a veteran. Like I said, this is talking about veterans, but I think this is just talking about in general, whoever suffers with it. But like I said, this is a website that's mainly talking about veterans, but it could be whoever. While yes, that is a possibility, since a veteran with a history of anxiety before service could have been exposed to a traumatic experience in active duty, we still have to consider several factors. A common issue with differentiating between mental health conditions is that many of them have very similar symptoms. That makes it challenging to determine, especially in one session, which diagnosis a veteran may have. And the fact that most of us do not want to go into a room and talk to a stranger about a most traumatic life event. Like I told you guys, it takes a huge step for me to come online and talk about things like this. It takes a lot, and I think that's why a lot of people don't do, I guess you could say, blogs and talk about stuff like this because it's hard. It's very hard. So it takes a lot for me to talk about things like this because it is hard. It is very hard. And I still, whew, it's kind of nerve wracking. It's hard to talk about even if I talk about, just pull up information. It's still hard to talk about because it's hard, especially when you suffer with it. Even if people don't suffer with PTSD or just mental illnesses in general, it's just hard to talk about. So, it just takes a lot for me to do it, and my anxiety is real high, and children are being rambunctious, as you can hear. Please go sit down. Whew. But like I said, it takes a lot to come up here and talk about stuff like this. So, and that's why I like to pull up stories and pull up a lot of articles because like I said, there's a lot of articles out there, but you don't hear and you hear a lot of veterans and their stories, or people talk about veterans a lot, but you don't hear. And no offense to veterans, no offense at all, because they go through a lot, and I appreciate their sacrifice and I appreciate their service. But you don't, what I'm saying, like, it's not just veterans that go through PTSD. It's also people that have, suffered with a traumatic event too. So I mean, PTSD is any person that's suffered with a traumatic event, But I'm a firm believer in PTSD started with veterans. Started with veterans, So it's just kind of, oh yes, but it's very hard. It's very hard to get on here, Digger Duck. Very, very, very hard. And like I said, I'm in counseling, and it's hard. It's hard to talk to a counselor, just one person, and it's extremely hard to come on YouTube and talk. I mean, like I said, I don't have many subscribers, and I hope I have a bunch because I would like to get this awareness out there. And I hope eventually I might help somebody, with the information and just telling my story. But it's very hard because this is people that I don't know. And hopefully I help somebody. And it's just very hard because it's YouTube. Anybody can watch me, so it's kind of nerve wracking, But eventually, I think that in the long run, that it would eventually help me too, and it might help somebody else. So, whew. So eventually, I think after I get used to it and everything, I think also it'll help me as well as you guys, and that's the long term goal. I want to get the awareness out there, and I would love eventually to have some doctors out there, some veterans, or pull you guys or pull whoever that feels comfortable to come up here and just talk. They don't have to really say so much their story unless they feel comfortable with it, or just just talk in general, get some stuff off your chest. Talk about your week or whatever you want to talk about. You want to vent, that's fine. I'll listen. I might vent back to you. You never know. Hi, Jennifer B. How are you, honey? But it's just kind of like I mean, like I said, we're going to talk about other things too, but like the PTSD and the mental health, this is a place for all of us to heal. I mean, that's how I look at it. All of us to heal. So, everybody is welcome here. Like Rebel says, everybody has opinions. You know, like I said, you can vent to me, I can vent to you, and we'll still be here the next time I'm live. And I'm not gonna get mad at you. You ain't gonna get mad at me. It's open. It's everybody's got their own opinion. That's just I strongly believe, just like Rebel believes, everybody's got their own opinion. We agree to disagree and go on. It's kind of nice to have somebody to talk to to get junk off your chest. I talk to Rebel, but you know what I'm saying, like a different person on the outside, kind of like somebody. If any of y'all have counseling, somebody different that don't know the situation. They do, but they don't. If that makes sense, if y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, what I'm saying. Anyway, um, but I would love this channel to grow, you know, to something big to actually help people. I mean, that's my long term goal. I don't care not one bit to talk about true crime, but my long term goal is to help people to get this story out that there is, this is a huge thing that, a lot of people don't talk about this. And this is it is real. This is a huge thing that people suffer with on a daily, and it's not talked about much at all. Not talked about at all. There is several that suffer with this. Several, like I mentioned before in my previous lives, there's millions of people that suffer with PTSD and mental illnesses. So I just want I want this I want this to be a good thing for everybody. So I mean, spread the word. You know, I, oh yes, it is. But you know what I'm trying to say, Jennifer. How Rebels page is true crime. You know, I just what I'm trying to say. If those little babies break my heart, and Lord have mercy, it kills me. But I just want everybody to know I'm here for each and every one of y'all, and I'm hoping that one of these days, if I haven't helped you guys yet, because like I said, I'm still new, eventually I will help somebody or several people. Just know that I'm here for each and every one of y'all. If y'all need anybody to talk to, like I said, um, I'm I'm not far away, and if I'm not friends with y'all on Facebook or whatever, I can put my email on here if I figure out how to do that, or put in my bio, or however y'all do that. I'll eventually figure out how to do that, because like I said, most of y'all know, if y'all came from Rebels, I'm new, so eventually I'll do that, and you know I will be here for you. I'll listen, so anyway, I just want this to be a good channel, you know and just bring awareness to this illness that it's growing, unfortunately, and it's sad, but you know it happens, and it's just sad because people suffer with this every single day, and I'm one of them, and I'm sure there's several in here that suffer with it. So anyway, it says, let's see, where was I? I'll probably reread this. I apologize, but I can't remember because I get sidetracked, and that's unfortunately part of it. It's hard to, because your mind kind of wanders. Let's see. That makes it so challenging to determine, especially in one session, which diagnosis a veteran may have. And the fact that most of us do not want to go into a room and talk to a stranger about our most traumatic life events, and then the diagnosis can get more challenging to make. This is why we see veterans diagnosed with one condition and then later be diagnosed with a different one or an additional one, which, like I said, I have several diagnoses. When people say, "Do you have crazy papers?" Absolutely, I do. You can ask Rebel. Anyway, or an additional one or two. I have several. There are also theories that some chronic trauma disorders, such as PTSD, can cause a person to create coping skills that mimic other disorders such as borderline personality disorder, which I have, unfortunately, or bipolar disorder, which I'm not 100% sure if I have or not. Um, if someone has been coping with PTSD for several years or even decades, oftentimes they've created coping mechanisms that hide their symptoms so well that they are misdiagnosed with other disorders that may not actually have originally had, but I apologize, developed as a protective measure. And like I said, this is a military website I found, so I think that is an awesome picture. I'm sorry, Digger Duck. I'm here for you, honey. If you ever need a friend, if you want to get some stuff off your chest. I know it sucks to manage it. You just try the best you can. It's terrible, but, my family helps a lot, I believe. When you got young ones, it, it helps, you know. And family members, some family members, I mean, on my end, Rebel knows that some family members are good and some family members are not so good. That's just unfortunately how the way it goes. But we're not going to get into that situation this time of go around because I might be here all night. Anyway, I just think that picture is, like I said, it kind of breaks your heart a little bit because I'm going to get sidetracked for a minute, but you know, those veterans have, and even the ones that are fighting now, they didn't have to have, they didn't, they didn't have to serve our country. They didn't have to do it. They want to. They wanted to. Like I have a brother right now that is in the Air Force. He's been in the Air Force since he was 17 years old is when he signed. As soon as he graduated from high school, he, like within, I'm not 100% sure, but we'll say within a week to 2 weeks, or it might be in the next day. I mean, it was very extremely soon. As soon as he graduated high school, we'll say within a week to 2 weeks, his hind end was on his way to boot camp. In the Air Force. So, I mean, like, he didn't even really get a break. As soon as he got out of school, high school, he was in boot camp for the Air Force. And he's been in, he is 37 now, so he's been in for 20 years. And I believe he re signed, I think, for another 5. So, he's been in pretty much, I mean, not his whole life, but more than half of his life. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. They make a sacrifice. Some, like I said years ago, they don't do the draft no more. Some of them have had to do it, but still they made a sacrifice for their family to save, not really save, but some of them had to do it. So, I mean, this picture is 1,000 words to me. It is, you know. Hi, Lynn. Well, honey, I started a little bit early anyway, so you're fine. You're fine, sweetie. I didn't know how to, and Rebel had to show me, I didn't know how to start the early, I had something I had to do around 8:15, so, I'm here for about 30 more minutes, so I normally start about 8, y'all know, so I appreciate it for everybody that's in here, but, I just really, this picture means a lot to those people that, serving or have served. It's just a precious picture, you know. It says PTSD is a psychiatric condition that is classified as a trauma and stressor related disorder by Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. It says, what is PTSD? Post-traumatic stress disorder. PTSD is always associated with experience, witnessing, or learning of a traumatic event that causes death or greatly bodily harm or has the potential to cause death or greatly bodily harm to ourselves or someone we care about. We often associate events such as a combat, sexual assault, kidnapping, car accidents, natural disasters, major surgeries, acts of violence, and chronic abuse with PTSD. PTSD must meet certain criteria when being diagnosed. The first is exposure to a traumatic event where a veteran experienced, witnessed, or confronted with an event that involved actual or threatened death or serious injury or a threat to the physical integrity of self or others. And the response was in intense fear, helplessness, or horror. If you'd like more details on VA disability benefits for PTSD, that's what I said. This is a veterans website, but if any veterans are reading this or watching, like I said, this might actually help you guys. If any of y'all need any help, you know, this this might help you guys. If you'd like more details on VA disability benefits for PTSD, check out our PTSD guide, where we cover the elements of diagnosis, stressors, and how to link them for a VA disability claim. However, for a VA disability claim, I'm sorry. However, PTSD is not only a mental health condition that veterans experience, and many symptoms of PTSD overlap with other conditions. Now, this, let's see. How is anxiety different than PTSD? And like I said, this is not too long. If I can't cover all of it, then I will do it in the next slide. Because I would like to cover this whole page. Like, it's not a lot, but it is like I'll show you. I want to show y'all because it's kind of showing a little bit of everything. And I just want to show you guys. See, I mean, it's not really long. See, this is just, see. So I'm hoping to cover all of it. It kind of stops like right there. So I'm hoping to cover all of it with you guys. If not, like I said, we'll cover it next time. Okay, so where am I at? Just mainly a lot of pictures. Okay. I think, yeah, I did read that. Okay. I might actually be able to cover all of it. Okay. How is anxiety different than PTSD? When the average person hears anxiety, we start thinking pre-existing issues like general anxiety disorder, amongst others. Unlike PTSD, traumatic events don't necessarily have to happen for a person to experience anxiety symptoms. The difference between PTSD and anxiety can be tricky to pinpoint, especially when soldiers with history of mental health issues like anxiety are then exposed to extremely traumatic experiences in their military service. Their symptoms may be re-aggravated or made worse because every person is different and reacts differently to situations based on their coping skills, morals, values, and experiences in life. Reactions to those events will be different as well. Where one person may not have any lasting mental health conditions to an event, another may develop PTSD. We do not know what causes one person to develop certain conditions and others to not, but we continue to try to understand and treat them. Hi, Kristen. How are you, darling? Um, um, like I said, it's talking about the military. Anxiety after military service can be long lasting. Like Rebel mentioned, it's we I'm sorry, I'm trying to get situated here. We are part of the auxiliary here in Bristol, the VFW auxiliary, and we have seen several people have PTSD, several, and they're great people, and You know, they have had several, uh, I guess you could say, flashbacks, several moments, several, as you could say, triggers, several. And they don't, like, I don't know how you explain it. Everybody has their own triggers, their own flashbacks, but it's very sad. It is extremely sad because everybody suffers their own trauma. Just like, I suffer my own trauma. If any of you guys suffer with PTSD, you suffer your own trauma. The people that suffer with PTSD, um, that's been in the military, of course, they suffer their own trauma. So we have seen military people and veterans. You try to manage it the best you can, pretty much. There's basically no cure for it. You just try your best to manage it the best you can, Jennifer B. Um, I have never seen a cure for it. I'm on several different medications, but I've never heard if there is a cure. I could try to find out information, but I've had PTSD for a very long time, and I have never heard a cure. You just try to uh, manage it the very best that you can in the very best way possible. But nothing is 100%, of course. You just try with counseling, coping skills, which is, you just talking about it does help, but nothing is 100%. My doctor tells me, uh, they say that I guess I don't know what you call it. My treatment plan is counseling and medication. So, like I said, I, I have never heard of a um, cure. So, I guess you could say um, managed. That's it. You just try the very best you can. That's me though. You know, I wish there was a cure for it, but I guess you could just say you just try the very best you can. One day at a time. One day at a time. Because just like any mental health, that's not just PTSD, any mental health. Hi Krista, how are you, darling? Any mental health, you just try your very best one day at a time, because you're gonna have uh, honey, I would go to the doctor and just see. I mean, it does. I mean, I hope you don't, because it is a battle every day with yourself and others around you. They try to help, but they don't fully understand, and you just fight with yourself, and the other people, they kind of suffer with it too, but they don't know fully what's going on. Like I said, I hope you don't. I truly hope you don't. But if you do, I'm here for you. And I hope you do not. Hi, darling, my tattoo rebel. Yeah, honey, I would talk to your doctor, Jennifer B, honey, and just see what they think. I hope you don't. But like I said, if you do, I'm here for you, honey. I know that might not be much, but I got you, girl. Okay, but and I got every one of y'all. If y'all need me, I'm here for it, each and every one of them. I know that might not seem like much, but I'm actually, and you can ask Rebel, I'm a very good friend, and most of the time I get my heart stomped on, unfortunately. That's exactly right, Kristen. That's what I said. You try your very best to manage it. But I've never heard of a cure. That's what I said. If there is one, I have never heard one. That's what I said. You try your very best, but there's some days that are good, and there's some days that are not so good. So you just try. Like I said, my doctor says that I have a treatment plan, which is counseling and medication. So, you know, if there's a cure, somebody let me know. Because I'd like somebody, please let me know. That would be awesome. But I don't think there is. But there would be nice if there was. But anyway. Oh, Lord. Oh, honey, you can ask Rebel. I've got the heart of gold. I would do anything for anybody. But I always get shit on, so that's why I stay to my damn self. That's the truth. That is the truth. Big time. But anyway, so yeah. And not nope. I can't say that on YouTube. It kind of reminds of Marxist stealing. Anyway, that's besides the point. Okay. And some of y'all probably have some of these. That's what I said. It's not just PTSD. There's actually other ones too. Top 5 common anxiety disorder confused with PTSD. Oh, honey, I have nightmares a lot, a lot. In 7-day time frame, I fight my sleep a lot, and I actually have pseudo seizures too. Sometimes Rebel says, "Do I have to call 911?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "You had seizures, shook all over the bed. I didn't know what was going on." I'm like, "Oh, well, I don't remember. I was asleep." Yeah, so I scare him half to death sometimes. It's bad. I fight my sleep, and yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. Sometimes it scares him so bad that he's afraid that he has to call 911. It's really bad. Um. Anyway. Um. No, I did not. I am not that bad. Jeez. Come on now, guys. Y'all really believe that? Come on. Anyway, top 5 common anxiety disorders. And then we're talking about anxiety right here. Top 5 common anxiety disorders confused with PTSD. Generalized anxiety disorder is also known as GAD. Acute stress disorder, social anxiety disorder, panic disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, which is also OCD. Also think that pseudo seizures should be in also on this, but that is not real common. Like I was diagnosed with it, but it's actually stress and anxiety induced. So I think that should be on there, but it's not really like a top diagnosis. And there's probably not many veterans that have it, so that might not be the reason that it's not on here. But it is a diagnosis. So, and I've had it for a long time. Um, anyway, top 9 common symptoms of anxiety and PTSD. Restlessness or being on edge, which I suffer with a lot. Being easily fatigued, having low energy. Difficulty concentrating, which, like I said, y'all seen that because I didn't know exactly where I was at. Irritability, excessive worry, difficulty falling or staying asleep, sudden and re-experiencing attacks or intense fear, which is flashbacks, like I was talking about with the veterans at the VFW, feeling of panic or panic attacks, fear or avoidance of places where panic attacks have occurred in the past. In military cultures, mental illnesses is often seen as a weakness and is highly stigmatized. I think that's how you pronounce that word. Hi, Kitty. How are you, darling? Oh, it sucks. I mean, I'm a people person. Like, I'm extremely friendly. It just sucks because it's it's just depressing. That's what it is. It's just depressing because you just fight with yourself on a daily basis. That makes sense, Kristen. It just sucks. Anyway, how is depression different from PTSD? Depressive disorders are also similar to PTSD in the symptom symptomology. I think that's how you pronounce it, guys. I'm not big with these big whatever it is.
Hey guys, I'm gonna do something for Becky right quick while y'all are sitting here. She can talk to you back and forth.
Well, pause that for just a
No,
second.
no, no. Keep your headset on. Talk to her.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do something to show you right quick.
Oh Lord, hold on just a second, guys. Lord, he's gonna confuse me because he's showing me something new.
No,
Hold on
no,
just a
I won't
minute.
confuse you.
Oh Lord, yeah, he's gonna confuse me.
No, no.
Hold on a minute. Oh, remember he's the tech savvy one, guys.
Guys, give me just a second. I'm gonna do something for Becca so she can have them in there.
Hello, guys. Hold on a minute, guys. I'm still here.
I know you are.
Oh, I don't like to hear myself. That's freaky.
So give me just a second. Where'd he go? Tell him tell him I added some moderators. If they don't want to be, just let you know and I'll take them off.
Hey guys, he added some moderators. If you don't want to be, he said he'll take y'all off.
Yeah, all you gotta do is go back. Actually, that's okay.
Is that okay, guys?
Tell them it's okay to put one. Two if they won't be removed.
He says, okay. He said if that's okay with the ones that he picked or we picked, put a one. If y'all can see. Well, you're welcome. Well, I know y'all got my back too, so I appreciate every one of y'all being here. like I said, I don't know. I'm new to this, and I know that I don't have a lot of subs, but eventually I hope to. I don't stream all the time, but hopefully, eventually, we'll get up there. Eventually, I know. Like I said, I know every Saturday around this time, or at least 8 o'clock. So if I come on early, like if y'all sub or haven't subbed yet, make sure you do the little bell or whatever Rebel says, so y'all can see if I do come on a little bit earlier, so y'all know. Sometimes I'll come on Wednesdays, but I know for a fact every Saturday in the like after dinner time, every Saturday. I know for a fact every Saturday. Anyway, all right, let's get back to it. Oh Lord, he messed up my screen. Hold on, guys. I don't even know where I was at. Uh, okay, I already read that. You're fine, Celia, honey. That's why I got this put up on the screen. Because if you're having, if something happens, and I'm hoping y'all can hear me okay. But if you're having, if you don't have your volume turned up or whatever, you can watch me later. Or that's why I have he helped me figure out how to share the screen so y'all can read it with me. You can always watch it later too uh, if you need to. And I hope you're okay, darling. You're fine, Jennifer B. Honey. See you on Rebel Stream later. You know he'll be on later. Um, how is depression different from PTSD? Depressive disorders are also similar to PTSD in the symptomology and often in etiology. Like I said, I hope I'm saying this correctly. For our blog on PTSD and depression, click here. So I'm not clicking there, but that's what it says. Depression is not just being moody or sad. Depression is a serious illness. Well, girl, I got you, Krista. We'll just wing this together because I'm learning myself because he made me one and I don't even know. But, oh, Lord, well, just take care of yourself, Celia, and honey. I just hope that you're okay. Prayers for you, sweetie. Let's see. Depression is a serious illness where the depressive state can last months or even years, and only treatment like psychiatry and psychotherapy can help. A person cannot just snap out of it. Depressive disorders can be caused by the same traumatic events that cause PTSD, as well as difficult life circumstance, medical conditions, grief, and stress. Differentiating between depressive and PTSD can be challenging, but it can also be a bit more straightforward than trying to do so for anxiety and PTSD. This is because many of the symptoms PTSD and anxiety share are not typically seen with depression, such as vivid flashbacks and hyper awareness. Let's check out the most common depressive disorders and symptoms below. Top 5 common depressive disorders: major depressive disorder, which unfortunately I suffer with, psychotic depression, seasonal depression, depressive disorder, which is, they say, it's all right, hippie grandma, honey. I changed the time. You're all right, honey. You can watch what you missed later on. I started early because I have something I gotta be in, which I'm gonna be late for, but it'll be all right because I want to finish this, which I don't have much more to talk about. So it's all right, darling, because I normally start at 8 anyway, so it'll be okay. Top five common depressive disorders. Like I said, major depressive disorder, which I myself suffer with. Psychotic depressive, seasonal depressive disorder, which they say it happens in the seasons, which I don't know. I don't know how you explain that one, but they say when the seasons change, it kind of puts you in a gloom. I, I don't know. Anyway, postpartum depression. If any of you guys have had children, oh, we will. We didn't see them yet, but we will, Penny. Hippie Grandma, once I figure out how to make you a mod, I will make you a mod. And Carson is not in here. Oh, I didn't even see you, Carson. I got you too, girl. When I figure out how to do that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, postpartum depression. Yeah, I didn't know. I don't know a whole lot about seasonal depression, but I do know it's kind of like when the seasons change. It you just kind of get doom and gloom because like the seasons change. I believe that's what it is. I'm not 100% sure. Postpartum depression is terrible. I had it after I had the twins, and it is terrible. It is bad. It is very bad. I hated it. It's very bad. Amongst everything else, I have postpartum depression is an ass kicker. It is very bad. Uh, Bipolar and then bipolar disorder. Top 10 common symptoms of both depression and PTSD. Auditory, or I'm sorry, auditory and visual hallucinations, um, which I have, unfortunately. Anxiety, negative thoughts, feelings of guilt, loss of interest in previous pleasurable activities, decreased energy, fatigue, difficulty concentrating, memory problems, difficulty making decisions, suicidal or homicidal agitations, and irritability. Uh, I do not know how to pronounce illicit, illicit of sus- substance abuse. Thank you, hippie grandma. I had no idea. I had no idea. Thank you, Carson Page, honey. I appreciate you. I guess that's how you illicit illicit substance abuse. I'll get it right in a minute. Thank you, hippie grandma. I had no, like I said, I had no idea I had 56 subs. Like I said, I'm almost done with this. Like I said, this is talking about veterans, so this is a veterans page, but I like it because it was talking about a little bit of a mixture of everything, not just veterans. It says just because a veteran may have a diagnosis of anxiety or depression does not mean that their service was any less traumatic than a veteran who was diagnosed with PTSD. I apologize. The children are being children, and oh Lord, they've been rambunctious today. So if you hear them in the background, I'm sorry. It says, it said, just because a veteran may have a diagnosis of anxiety or depression does not mean that their service was any less traumatic than a veteran who was diagnosed with PTSD. It only means that their reaction to trauma was different. Veterans are still eligible for compensation regardless of the name of the mental health conditions they suffered from as a result of their service. Let's see. Hi, guys. Tyler says hi, guys. Hi. Thank you, guys. James says hi. I will read you these little things. I think they're kind of interesting. Even like I say, they're talking about veterans, which is fine. Um, let's see. Service women long-term mental health. As of September 2017, there were approximately 19 million women veterans in the United States, Puerto Rico, and foreign U.S. Territories. In the women's long-term mental health impact of service. Wow. Okay. VA disability ratings for anxiety disorders. And anxiety in American veterans is real and pressing issue. Like I was saying before, well, you're welcome, hippie grandma. It sounds like they're tearing the house apart. Phew, Lord. I'm telling you. Anyway, like I was saying before, it's not just in veterans, it's mental health or mental issues. Well, mental health in general, PTSD just is huge. And not a whole lot of people realize how huge it is. It is huge. All over the world. It's not just in the United States, it's everywhere. It is everywhere. But VA disability ratings for anxiety disorders. Anxiety in American veterans is real and pressing issue. According to the Department of Veterans Affairs, mental health conditions like anxiety are among the most commonly claimed service connection conditions. Wow. VA benefits for PTSD Part 1 diagnosis. PTSD is a common condition where we see among many of our veterans. Oftentimes, veterans have a difficult time recognizing the symptoms, but still find the, the, the I'm sorry, debilitating and do not know. Still find it debilitating and do not know. How chronic pain affects your mental health. VA benefits depression secondary to chronic pain. While we often think of physical injuries and illnesses that can result from military services or service, it's also important to consider the ways. I wish it said more, but I'm just kind of. What's up, country bro? How are you, brother?
Love y'all. Good night. Mom, I don't have to cut the sleeves off of this one. Look, it's so tight. Love y'all. Good night.
Okay, this is kind of interesting. I mean, this is like I said, I'm just kind of this is interesting. Thank you, Kristen. This is kind of interesting because it's all on this. Cassandra Crosby is a claims advocacy or advocate. Like I said, this is on a veterans website, so any veterans that are watching this might be useful information. But this is just kind of interesting for people that are not veterans. It's just tipful information. Cassandra Crosby is an accredited agent and VA trainer for Hill and Taunton. She has over 20 years experience of management of nonprofit programs in mental health, suspe- sus, I'm sorry, Lord, substance abuse and victim services. She started at Hill and Taunton in the spring of 2016. She was a military daughter slash spouse and has familial ties to the Marines, Air Force, Navy, and Army. She currently runs the training department for Hill and Taunton as well and serves as senior claim advocate managing partner Matthew Hill. She's a Florida native and has a bachelor's degree in legal studies. Well, I mean, I'm glad that they have information on somebody so you feel a little bit more comfortable in talking to somebody if you do suffer with these, if you are a veteran or whatever. Huh. Well, that's cool. Okay. All right. Well, hey, I got through the whole page. Woohoo! I'm excited that they got through the whole page because most of the time that I try, I don't get through the whole page. Well, I think we learned a lot, guys. And there's so much more information out there, but I just try my best to get through. And this was updated September the 3rd, 2021. So that really was just last year. Wow. And actually, she was the one that wrote it. Because Sandra Crosby, she was the one that actually wrote. Huh. Well, that's cool. So it's the info about it, and she was the one. So that's probably why. So that's the reason that they have her info. Huh. Okay. And there's the phone number if any veterans are watching and they need, they need to get a hold of anybody or anything. Okay, it's right there. Thank you, Penny Honey. I'm trying my very, very best. Like I said, I'm learning every time I do this, so I am trying. But does anybody ever feel like that? Because I do a lot. A lot. I feel like that a lot. Unfortunately. Thank you so much, honey. Well, if I could be, just put a smile on anybody's face, you know, and just get your mind sidetracked for at least an hour or so. I'm here for each and every one of y'all. I try my very best. Like I said, I'm just little on me, but I try to, you know, make a difference and just bring awareness out. It's just nice to get it out there and hopefully, be there for people. And if anybody, like I said, if anybody needs, I feel a little bit, but I feel a little bit less stressed, but I still have, like just the generalized, when you go live, you're like, oh Lord, I'm going to screw this one. Oh, I still have anxiety, which I don't think it's going to be a while before it fully goes away, which I think that's just all a part of it, unfortunately, with the mental health. So I always it's kind of like stage fright. Like I can sing the hell out of some karaoke, but uh, when I have stage fright, that's all she wrote. I still have stage fright, and I've sing. You can ask Rebel. I love singing karaoke, but I still have stage fright. So I just think it's still there. It don't matter if I have thousands of subs. I think I still have that just anxiety. So, but let's see. Thank you so much, guys. I try my very best. I'm just like I said, I'm still learning. But I appreciate y'all being here with me. I hate to cut it short, but Rebel will be on. I think he's coming on at 9 or 9:30. I'm not 100% sure, but I know he's coming. I know he's coming on, and Lord, I don't even know what his topic's going to be about, but y'all know it's going to be interesting. It always is. Y'all know. Oh Lord. Yeah, y'all know. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all and all the support. I appreciate you all of you. And much love to you guys all. And just know before I get off here that if any one of y'all need me, And I mean it. If any one of y'all need me, I'm here for you. And if
What's up, guys?
I'm trying to be serious now.
I'm fixing something for Becca. Hold on.
Yeah, you can. Well, I'm on a serious note. You always come in here and screw things
Do
up.
what you gotta do.
Listen at him, guys. See, I told you he's gonna be interesting in his life tonight. I could just imagine.
Where's she at?
Hold on, he's fixing 2 more moderators. See, I'm trying to be serious, and he messes everything up, guys.
All right, tell him. What's up, baby? Carson, hit the other.
Did you get him?
Yeah, ask him if they can go get it. Come on.
He fixed Carson and he picked Grandma.
Moderate.
As moderators, is that cool, guys? Let me know.
All right, we'll take it off. You need to hold it up.
Okay. Is that good? Is that cool, Carson and hippie grandma? Well, thank you, Krista. I appreciate it. Like I said, I only do about an hour cooking, so I get used to it. Plus, I have youngins that, oh Lord. So an hour, maybe a little bit over. That's all I can really do until I'll get used to it. Oh Lord. Well, you're welcome, Carson, honey. But yeah, like I was saying before, he so rudely interrupted me. Like I said, he's a nut. Y'all all know this by now. Y'all all know. But anyway, I appreciate every one of y'all. Much love to you all. Y'all are like family, and most of y'all, if y'all, all of y'all, I think most of y'all, if not all of y'all, are from Rebels stream. So I thank every one of y'all. Much love to y'all. If y'all ever need anything, if y'all need a shoulder to cry on, if you need a friend, if you need anything, I'm here. I'm a friend. I got your back. Before I go, I do this. I'm starting to do this every time. You know, Rebel has his saying, but this is just me. Virtual hugs, guys. I love each and every one of y'all, and I will see y'all if I don't see y'all the middle of the next week, which I might. I'm not 100% sure if I do or not. I might. If not, I will see y'all next Saturday. Around about this time, I will have Rebel tell y'all if y'all are on his page, his stream. I will let him tell y'all exactly the time. So y'all will come in here and enjoy another live with me and more information about mental health and PTSD. And hopefully we'll have another good night. I love each and every one of y'all, and y'all have a good night. And I will talk to y'all soon. Okay? All right. Much love, guys. And I will see y'all later. Okay? Love y'all too. Have a good one.
One, two.